question comes to how do we deal with what the contract says, which is a version of the property if they're trying to get that open by October 1st. So that's going to present itself as a.
Are there some other, is there any other discussion about still getting the field house on the same side? Is there a way to move any, or expand parking on the northwest side, or?
Unless he has a good meeting with the Lord, I don't know.
I went to church on Saturday and Sunday.
Okay. That was you sitting out in front on the steps?
Waving people in.
Yeah. The only option I think there would be based on the drain location would be the possibility of the St. John side. But that's not our deal. That's not for us to.
No, so.
I mean, obviously, his team is going to have to go back. They're going to work on the plan, see where we are, and then come back forward based on.
I was told at the church that they have entertained the thoughts of selling some of their land, and I would need to submit a proposal by tomorrow night in order to fit into their tight structure of approving these kinds of ventures. The church is really under tight schedules. They want to give me before I go to heaven.
Did you have something
there?
Jack, in our meeting, maybe I misunderstood, but you had indicated that on Friday when we met with you, I didn't take it as you had a hotel partner or a restaurant partner, but a moment ago it sounded like you now do have those partners. Did something change, or did I misunderstand?
Oh, I maybe misspoke on when we were together. We have the proposal that we've already accepted. I'm going to sign it on Wednesday morning, provided things are favorable here, to start the study. There's a developer that relies on that study and they currently have 21 operating hotels under their management agreement. We would probably just have a heads on beds agreement plus a land lease, and they say they're ready to go. And the restaurant at this point, they will also address the restaurant component in their study. So that's about a 3-week process, and they'll come back with the brand, how many rooms, some of the pricing structures, and comparable facilities that we can go look at.
So I want to make sure that everybody that's here that is challenged with making the decision tomorrow understands you do not have proposed agreements with these partners yet.
There's nothing other than their proposal to me to do the study and a face-to-face meetings, going to the site, and their overwhelming knowledge of this entire area. They've done about every hotel in this whole region. I've done about 150 feasibility studies myself across the country, and these fellows have got 3 pages of studies that they've done. It's very impressive, their credentials. And they were recommended by a gentleman, a VR contractor on the site.
Dennis, did you have something?
Yes. Just a small question. Any repair work or changes, such as if we have to move that pond or whatever, is TIFA involved in that at all? TIFA will have no more responsibility at all toward the sportsplex after this is
correct
over, or if this is over?
That's correct.
Okay.
And has the building authority
Except
already
paying the
met
rest of the bonds.
and decided what their
They have already approved the agreement 3-0.
3-0, okay, and now the TIFA hasn't yet, right? Okay. Go ahead, Phil.
I missed a couple of meetings, so I was going to rely on my fellow council members. A couple of questions that I have are, or just to sum it up for myself, if we do this, then the we're not going to get the lease money but we won't have to pay the bond the TIF will pay the bond payments at significantly less money, right? Okay, and then if we don't do this, we get the lease money, but it's not enough to cover, we'll still have to pay a substantially more bond payments. Does that sound right?
TIFA will still have to pay the bond payments,
Okay.
You'll still be reducing the debt on that, but that's already in the process.
Yeah.
The interest rate on it.
Right, well, they've been talking, TIFA's been talking about putting $1 million of its own money in, as well as the $6 million that might come in from this deal, in order to do the refinancing and lower the interest rate.
Okay.
Let me clarify it for you. There'd be about a $265,000 tax on the current Taylor Sportsplex that would kick in. There would be about a $700,000 taxes on the hotel, and about another $150,000 to $200,000 on the restaurant and the bubble area that would kick in.
And all of that money would have to be paid towards the bond.
You're referencing taxable value.
No, he's saying ongoing, he's saying ongoing after this.
Ongoing taxes that would be paid, so you're talking about $1 million a year income from that operation that we're planning to build. And you're talking about 300.
The city might, the TIF might recognize about 100,000 capture taxes they'll pay towards that.
Well, given the numbers he's mentioning, it'd probably be more like,
Well, the hotel.
$250,000.
Right, but the hotel down the street, down Ecorse, the new build that opened 202, I think it was, that generates about $70,000 tax bill.
And how many beds is that, or how many rooms?
72.
So that they were talking about 100 room? Okay, so now my question is too, and I want to be clear on this so we know, if that doesn't work out, the feasibility study doesn't click for that piece and for that property, and they don't build, for some reason, a hotel and a restaurant, or one or the other, or both, was the idea, is it in the contract that it would revert back to TIFA, or to the city?
Yes, currently that they would have 24 months to basically get all their approvals, 30 months to put shovel on the ground, or if there is, or the property would revert back to TIFA.
If I may though, but Jake, didn't you say that you will work diligently to do that because the hotel restaurant is very important?
It makes the whole thing work financially.
Correct. So
You turn your backs against the wall to do that.
So I'm saying, so it's very important to you also, not only the city, that the entire deal go through.
Yes, ma'am.
In order for yours to work properly, you need the hotel restaurant.
It's not working now, so yes,
But
that's
I'm
the thing
saying,
will make it
so,
work.
I think I'm just trying to make sure that we all understand that it isn't that we really want the hotel and restaurant also. It's very important and very imperative for you to have
If our
functioning
business plan's
business.
gonna work, we
You
need
need all of
to
it.
build the whole thing, yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you.
At the TIFA meeting tomorrow, we'll look at the decision from the feds about the tax-free bonds, the outstanding tax-free bonds. I guess that's.
Well, you'll have the attorney there, and what the attorney has essentially promised is that you won't have an immediate answer from the IRS. They're gonna be talking over the next couple months before the bond restructuring gets done. But you'll have the opinion from the attorney that it's gonna work out,
Well, no offense to Neil.
Oh, not taking on that.
Attorneys are not always right, so if they are wrong, what
Well,
happens to those bonds?
I mean, you'll recall Grant's comments over and over. He wanted Miller Canfield's opinion because they have liability insurance.
Yeah.
And so if they're wrong, everybody's fine because they have liability insurance. So, but Neil, or
I thought Grant just had
Pat
stock
McGowan's-
in the company.